Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we were doing water cycle, the concept of water cycle, the different processes which are involved in water cycle that we have done. And related to that only we will be starting today's class. The process, four different process which we have done yesterday, that is evaporation, condensation, precipitation and transpiration. Now water changes into water vapor, goes into atmosphere, that basic process. Now water from different sources, like whether it is in river, pond, lake or wherever, water evaporates from there and goes into atmosphere, that is your water vapor. After that, water vapor condense due to cool air or due to decrease in temperature, it will condense and then comes on the earth in the form of rain or hail or snow, then that is precipitation. So all these process is interrelated to each other. Like if the water does not evaporate, does not changes into water vapor, then how it will condense and how it will precipitate on the earth. Now condensation is sometimes considered as reverse of evaporation also. Condensation is also considered as reverse of evaporation also. Now normally if it is asked that formation of cloud is happened due to condensation only. Clouds are first, the water vapor which are hanging in the air, they are getting to tie up and then they will be forming clouds. So the process of condensation is involved in the formation of cloud in the sky and bringing back water on the earth surface. So what is water cycle? A basic definition which I have given you yesterday. After that, what is evaporation? What is transpiration? So transpiration, basically the process of transpiration is what? That leaves have tiny pores which are called stomata. Now roots, what is the work of root? Root need to suck the water from the ground and give it to the plant, and only this process will be performed by that root. Nothing else root is going to work. Now leaves, what is the function of leaf? Leaf is going to prepare food for the both whole plant. But actually what happened, that plants are preparing food, roots basically the root are going to collect water from the ground. Sometimes what happened, the root is keep on sucking the water, but that much water is not required by the plant. So for example, that plant will store some amount of water in the leaf to prepare food, but after once the process of photosynthesis stops, then they realize that they do not need that much water. So that water will be released by the small pores which are present on leaves, that is transpiration. Now water cycle in nature, when water cycle in nature occurs, then water, as I told you, water from different sources, whether it is pond, river, sea, lake, or it is like the water which is released by the plant also, that also. So the water in the nature, that can be described as follows. Like water is present on the earth in rivers, lakes, ponds, oceans and soil. Now some water is present under the ground also. So firstly what happened, the heat from the sun evaporates water from river, ponds, lakes, oceans and soil to form water vapor. Now this water vapor goes into the air. The plant and trees absorb water from the soil through their roots. The plants and trees lose water as water vapor by the process of transpiration. Through the process, through the pores of leaf, which I have told you just now, that through small pores which are already present on leaves, they are releasing water, and this water will also changes into water vapor and goes into atmosphere. Now the water vapor vapor also goes into the air. Now the air containing water vapor is heated by the sun. Hot air being lighter rises up in the sky. It is cold at high altitude. What I have told you just now, that due to increase in height, or once the water droplet raise up, as the altitude increase, as the height increase, that water droplet started getting cooler. It is cold at high altitude in the sky. So when the air containing water vapor rises to a high altitude, the water vapor present in it get cooled. Now the cold water vapor condense to form tiny droplets of water. These tiny droplets of water forms clouds in the sky. The tiny droplets of water in the cloud join together to form bigger drops of water. Now these drops of water fall on earth in the form of rain. Now in very cold region, the water drops in the sky freezes to form snow or ice. So water also falls down to earth in the frozen state and called snow. Now water formed by melting of snow and some of the rainwater flows into rivers and finally goes into ocean. The rainwater also fills the ponds and lakes. Many resources of water is filled by the water which is melted due to that water which is present on glaciers, or snow which is present on glacier. Now here one very important point is there, that is, what is the importance of water cycle in nature? So what is the importance of water cycle in nature? So what is the importance of water cycle in nature? Importance of water cycle in nature. What is the importance of water cycle in the nature? Now water cycle, always we were saying that yes, water cycle is very important for the environment. So what is the importance of water cycle in the nature? So first and foremost important is that availability of fresh water is only due to this water cycle only, which is in the form of rain. So water cycle make, first importance of water cycle that we are going to see. Water cycle makes fresh water available in the form of rain. So water cycle makes fresh water available in the form of rain. So what happened? Water cycle makes fresh water available in the form of rain. Now sea water, earth which is 75% covered with water, but most of the water we will be getting in sea or ocean, which is of no use. Then what they need to do it is, they need to make different resources which is available to get fresh water. So one of that resources is rainwater, and this water cycle is only responsible for rain to come on the earth at correct time. The sea water is highly salty, which is not fit for drinking by animals or for the growth of plants. So that sea water, which is 3/4 of our earth, that cannot be utilized, but the rainwater formed from sea water by evaporation followed by condensation is pure water. It can be utilized by animal as well as plants. So this is the first importance of water cycle, that water cycle makes fresh water available in the form of rain. Now second importance of this of water cycle is water cycle keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface constant. Water cycle keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface, keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface constant. Surface constant. So what do we mean by constant? Means the amount of water which is present on earth does not change. For example, if it is 75% available, so it will remain 75% only. That will not change. So water cycle keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface constant. So two basic foremost importance of water cycle that we have done here. That is how water cycle is important. What is the importance of water cycle in the nature? Water cycle makes fresh water available in the form of rain. Number two, water cycle keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface constant. Now, this is the importance of water cycle. But what if it rains heavily for 1 month or for 15 days? If it rains heavily for 15, 20 or 1 month, then what happens? Then we are going to find it out different circumstances. Among them, one is flood. So every place in the world does not get equal amount of rain. So first of all, water cycle is important. Water cycle makes fresh water available in the form of rain. Then water cycle keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface constant. All these things were done by water cycle. But water cycle is again what happened, that if there are circumstances when if it rains for long duration, then they will be getting a condition of flood also. And then if it will not rain, then they will be getting a condition of a drought also. So what if it rains heavily? So the different condition which we will find it out if it rains heavily. So the first one is, what if it rains heavily? What if it rains heavily? So one kind of this is a kind of a question also. So the answer of this is flood. Now what if it rains heavily? Then we'll get a condition of flood. Now every place in the world does not get equal amount of rainfall. So the time, duration and amount of rainfall varies from place to place. So here what we find it out, for example, in some part of the world it rains throughout the year, whereas in the other part it rains only for a few days in a year. So in our country, most of the rainfall occurs in monsoon season, rainy season. Rains are always welcome. So rains give us many advantages. For example, like rains bring relief by cooling the environment. What are the advantages? Now First of all, rains are very important. Just now we have done what is the importance of water cycle. But water cycle is important only if it rains. If the water comes on the earth in the form of precipitation, then only it is important. But what if it rains for a long duration, then there are some disadvantages also. So advantage of rain we can add on in advantage of rain, like rain brings relief by cooling the environment uh, after a hot summer days. Like you feel it when once the first rain will come in rainy season, you find it out that yes, it is very soothing, cooling will be there. So the sowing of many crops depend on the arrival of rains during monsoon season. Like sowing of rice also, that will be dependent on rainy season since that is grown. Since rice required more water, it is grown in rainy season only. Why it is grown in rainy season? Since whatever now we have lot many sources of water, but earlier we do not have that many sources of water. So at that time what happened? At that time they need more and more sources of water. So what they will be doing, that rains provide water in the rivers and dam for hydroelectric. So at that time they need to wait for the rain only when we do not have artificial source of water. When we do not have artificial source of water, then they need to wait till the end of the summer season and rainy season, and then they can sow rice only. Now rain provides water in the rivers and dams for hydroelectric power plants. Then rains fill the lakes, ponds, which act as a source of water. Now rains are also responsible for the groundwater which gets stored under the surface of earth. Now, when it rains, now this is not problematic. Rains are not problematic, but they will become problematic if it rains for long duration, long time. When it rains heavily for a long time, we get excess rainfall resulting in too much water all around. The excessive rainfall due to heavy rains leads to many problems. Some of the problem which is caused by heavy rains are as follows, like heavy rain, waterlogged will be there in the city areas, then movement will be restricted, then heavy rains may cause floods also, animals living in water, they may die, or they may be fast flowing with flood water. These water animal often they get trapped on land areas. So heavy rains also kills the animal also. So such kind of a condition you will be getting it. So what happens if it does not rain? That will also be there. So what if it rains heavily? First is this, and then what if it does not rain for a long time? So as you all, we were doing explanation of this chapter water, you might have observed it that how much, what is the importance of water, and in long terms also long usage of water we require it. If today we are going to waste water, that we need to fulfill in future also. So we need to take care of this, that we use water in a wise way. And water cycle, the different processes which are involved in water cycle, that we go through it, and after that we need to find it out, like how how we need to conserve water and all. So that we also be looking into, like importance. So what we have done today, very important thing, like importance of water cycle in nature. That what are the importance of water cycle in the nature, how water cycle is important, like water cycle make fresh water available in the form of rain. Number 2, water cycle keeps the amount of water on the earth's surface. Now children, what if it rains heavily? That we have done, we will having a condition of flood. So children, you go through this chapter, you just read it, do revision of it, and this Tomorrow in the next class we will be starting with what if it rains heavily for a long duration, then what kind of a condition will be arise, that we will be looking into, so today I'll be finishing the class here. That's all for today, children. Have a good day.